to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did.
Why does Diddy's name keep coming up in theories surrounding high-profile celebrity deaths and strange Hollywood behavior? Now, people are saying that if you look carefully at how he spoke about Whitney Houston, you will see that he knew something about what happened to her. And allegedly, this whole connection boils down to one person. And I'm sure you can already guess who. On the eve of CD's legendary pre-Grammy party, a party that disturbingly continued downstairs even as her body lay upstairs in the bathtub. Ask yourself this: why would C keep the party going knowing very well that the Whitney Houston had died in his house? Why was CD, the very man who discovered her, so unfazed? Now let's bring Diddy into this. Could it be that he knows things we don't, or worse, is involved in networks that operate far beyond the public eye? Some people believe there's a long in this. Whitney's name also came up again when Diddy's lawyer asked Cassie if she remembered the night Diddy OD'd on opiates in February 2012. This was around the time Whitney Houston died, and Cassie responded, "I believe so. That evening we had a freak off. We went to a club in San Bernardino, and then he had a party at the Playboy Mansion that night, and I went home. From what he told me, he took a really strong opioid that night, but we didn't know what happened, so we took him to the hospital." Well, I really have no idea why Whitney's name came up in that context, but people are saying that it's not a coincidence. In fact, regardless of how Whitney's name came up during the trial, people have still been digging into any connection Diddy may have had to her death, and apparently, allegedly, there could be something there as well. Y'all know that Whitney was found unresponsive and submerged in the bathtub inside of her Beverly Hilton hotel in Beverly Hills. Based on reports, Whitney's death was due to accidental drowning in a bathtub, and toxicology reports revealed a small amount of Coca-Cola in Whitney's body, by hardening of the arteries that caused her to lose consciousness and drown. But we also know that the coroner did not find any evidence of a cardiac episode or event, so that story about Whitney having a heart attack was probably just a cover-up. In fact, the coroner only noted that Whitney had mild heart disease and some blockage of an artery like a lot of smokers do. So the idea that she fell into the tub as a result of a heart attack was at least not established by the autopsy report. As for the Coca-Cola levels, the coroner said it seemed she used some, but not a whole lot, so it could not have caused her death. So the question people have always had is, what caused her to become scalding water to the point that she could not get herself out? In addition, something else that came up after Whitney's death was that there wasn't enough water in her lungs to prove that she died from drowning, which makes it very likely in it. Clearly the death was planned, but who was responsible for orchestrating this death? And why do people suspect that Diddy was involved? Okay, well, as far as whether Diddy and Whitney ever shared pleasantries, there have been whispers in industry circles that Whitney Houston and Diddy never actually had a real relationship. Not professionally, not personally, not even casually. In fact, Diddy and Whitney is connected to the person people like to call Diddy's master, CD. This is a man with unimaginable influence in the industry, known for building stars and just as easily, allegedly, discarding them when they no longer serve the system. So could Whitney have become a liability? Was she threatening to tell the truth about something? And did C, with the help of his powerful allies, aka Diddy, make a decision that fateful night? Well, to a lot of people, this is actually possible, considering the alleged relationship between Diddy and his master. See, when it comes to these two, there have also been allegations that CD took advantage of men he took under his wing. And as we know, there have already been talks here and there about what may have gone down between Diddy and CD. Intimately. Okay, as you may be well aware, C is already openly bi. In fact, in his memoir, The Soundtrack of My Life, C, who has been married and divorced twice, said he had been involved in 2 monogamous relationships with men for over 20 years. He even wrote in an episode of Rock and Roll High School with Pete Gangbarg, C opened up about how he really started working with Diddy. So when C met Diddy, Diddy told C that hip-hop should be part of the top 40 mainstream and that the business would change in the future, and gave startup money to Diddy to create Bad Boy Entertainment and continued to finance Bad Boy for years. The price he had to pay was hooking up with him. But allegedly, there was an even bigger price Diddy had to pay. There's a growing theory that the price Diddy had to pay for CD's support and protection in the industry was to handle his dirty work, to be the enforcer behind
Aaron Carter's tragic death.
Got bad when I was about 15 years old.
Explosive new evidence suggests a sinister connection between the fallen pop star and one of Hollywood's most powerful figures. Was Aaron silenced for knowing too much?
I went through some pretty traumatizing events.
And why did Aaron reach out to Kanye West just before his death? Could Kanye's chilling claims about a Hollywood handler connected to Aaron's demise hold the key?
A lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize.
With new reports suggesting the feds are re-examining Diddy's alleged connections to multiple suspicious deaths, one question looms large. Did Aaron Carter know too much? There's been a lot of buzz recently about Aaron Carter's unexpected death, and some theories are even tying it to Diddy. Reports suggest federal investigators are digging into Aaron's case, especially his past links to Diddy. Word has it, they're planning to update Diddy's indictment with additional charges. They're also looking into other mysterious deaths tied to Diddy, including Aaron's, who passed away on November 5th, 2022, just a day after Diddy's birthday.
Where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
What really went down in Aaron's final moments? Aaron's life was anything but ordinary. After years of battling addiction and mental health at the scene, while his struggles were well documented, the circumstances of his death have left fans and investigators with more questions than answers. Was it just another tragic celebrity downfall, or is there something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface?
I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, "You look like you have AIDS, you should go die." I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to go show off all the stuff, my whole life, that was going to be taken away from me.
Sketchy stuff surrounding Aaron's fiancée, some fans started speculating that she might have been one of those paid Hollywood handlers. As for Aaron's family, their relationship was known to be toxic.
Getting involved in...
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old because when I did MTV Cribs, the day that I had to go show off that house.
In a similar vein,
that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in.
Justin Bieber was recently spotted lashing out at young fans, sparking concern among his friends, who say he has severe anger issues that haven't been addressed. It's believed that much of his emotional turmoil stems from trauma experienced in his early days in the music industry. Many are wondering if Justin's behavior is the result of something horrifying that happened to him at the hands of Diddy and others in the industry, with allegations surrounding Diddy continuing to surface. Diddy's legal troubles have taken another turn, this time involving Derek Lee Cardello Smith, an inmate who has now put the brakes on Diddy's plans to sell any of his mansions or major real estate. Smith claims that in 1997, at one of Diddy's parties, Diddy spiked his drink and assaulted him while he was unconscious. In response, offer him a $2.3 million settlement. This legal drama is adding to the growing list of troubling allegations against Diddy, which continues to raise questions about his influence and behavior in the industry.
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as this seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Every bit of it, every facet.
Diddy's legal team reportedly hoped that offering Derek Lee Cardello Smith a $2.3 million payout would prevent him from filing a lawsuit over his allegations. Smith is now suing Diddy for $100 million. After Smith filed the lawsuit, Diddy put his Los Angeles property up for sale. Smith, however, argued that the sale was an attempt to avoid paying him if he won the case. The judge agreed with Smith, placing a 90-day freeze on the sale of the property. These details from Smith's lawsuit have rekindled rumors about Diddy's inappropriate behavior toward young male stars, such as Usher and Justin Bieber. Justin's tumultuous journey from being
Angeles last November. Since that time, TMZ has reported the LA County coroner did not find water in his lungs, meaning he didn't drown. Carter's mother, Jane Schneck, posted photos on Facebook that show the bathroom where her son was found. She wrote on Facebook, "Because of my son's mental illness and prescription drug issues, they, the cops, just wanted it to be something easy that they didn't have the time or inclination to address." Schneck wants a more thorough investigation. She wrote that her son was receiving threats from many people, and she believes there were people out there who wanted to harm him. Bathtub in his home. We see from these photographs that there was some discoloration in the water. I have a feeling that was probably from his body releasing fluids following his death. So what can we glean thus far, aside from the fact that he didn't drown? They didn't find water in his...
That they took an autopsy. As far as the mortal remains are concerned, that's all that's left, Anjanette. There might be that they took. I don't know if anyone from LA County went out and took photos at the scene. These photos that she has presented, again, as I've earlier stated, no one can verify the